Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. The much waited and anticipated Update 14 is now going to be with us on the 29th of November. The servers are currently down and we're going to discuss what's actually in the update and what's not. What's in, what's out. Yeah, so Update 14 had long been touted for release on the 29th of November 2022 or 3308 in game time, and it's finally here. The release notes have been released around 7 o'clock GMT or UTC, and there's some good updates, but gameplay is a little bit vague. Let's go through it. Yes, folks, Update 14 is here. When I say it's here, it's currently installing. It's a big one. Total combined update for Update 14 is 4.9 gigabytes. That's the legacy and live updates combined, which is, it's sizable. So there's going to be, I'd imagine, quite a bit of content. However, you never can tell. Right? Due to the nature of this deployment, they say, we'd like to highlight previously shared information on live and legacy modes formed as part of this update, and we'll cover that a little bit later. But in regards to this update, they've put quite a few changes in. Changes of notes are around base payout for scanning organics. Increases are being made to multiplier for first-time organic scans. So the actual scanning, right, the Vista Genomics thing, seems that it's going to play a little bit more of a part in game, because it's kind of just been there, hasn't it? It's just been there, and we're going, well, what are we going to do with that? I can't be bothered myself. I mean, I'll scan it if I come across it, but I'm not going to purposely go out and find it. So perhaps they're tweaking gameplay to put that in. What they've said is that in regards to the gameplay, they're being vague. Now, I like this. Well done, Frontier. I like you being vague. Now, I'm not being sarcastic here either. Being vague is good, because you want people to go out and discover what's going on for themselves, right? You know, I mean, obviously there's something going on around the Thargoids. We know this. That's not a blazing, revelation. We know. The Thargoids, the Stargoids, what, they're coming, baby. They're coming, and we better be ready. Anyway, so the game mode, they've been vague about it. I like it. That's the first thing. So they say updates of note we've discussed. Commanders playing live have a new option in the options menu to reset to orbit in order to release themselves from unintended tricky situations. And that's quite good, because that was the old hack. Going back into Horizons, going back into the base game, that would reset you, put you back into orbit. Thank you very much. And then you carry on living your best life. Commanders who still play Legacy will still be able to launch base game Elite Dangerous without Horizons to reset to orbit. And again, I say this all feeds into if you get stuck on something planet side. So community issues of note addressed. They've fixed severe shadow flickering. That came in after Update 12. They fixed atmosphere composition rendering, some livery errors, 1D shield cell banks having damage fall off instead of max ammo. Okay. A couple of things around Selene Gene. Collapsed doors at Thargoid imprints not blocking passage for players when on foot. Okay, whatever. Fix the Testament megaship being impossible to reach. Well, we've seen these things before. That's been going around since about Update 7, really, where some megaships like just fly off into space. You just can't catch the things. And a few other notes as well they've gone through. I'm not going to go through all of these community issues of notes addressed, because to be fair, it's like, okay, well, you fixed it, brilliant, thanks very much. What is interesting, however, though, is that AX missile racks have had their damage increased. AX weapons have had their description updated. So as soon as this game comes online, I'm going to have a look at my AX ships and see what all that's about. And how much damage these missile racks are actually going to have. Okay, with the AI, they've stopped Thargoid ships unexpectedly jumping out of conflict zones, stopped them getting stuck in their dying state, and stopped humanoid AI sometimes getting stuck in their death animations. Okay. A huge host of audio fixes have been addressed. Electrical sounds, asteroid reverb, ship creaking, a suit fully charged voice line being controlled by recharging rather than recharge complete. All these things have been addressed. On the server side, players now remain on foot after handing themselves in and being transported to a detention facility. That always irked me, to be perfectly honest with you. And fixed a rare crash to desktop when selecting certain systems in the galaxy map. Yeah, I've had that. Rendering has also been addressed. Exploding ships will no longer lose their paint jobs for a few frames. Fixed an issue where certain combat spoken lines would not have appropriate lip sync. It's nothing worse than a bad lip sync, you know what I mean? And fixed atmosphere composition. With performance and optimization, however, they've boosted performance in AX conflict zones. So what does that tell you? That tells you we're going to be probably spending quite a bit of time in AX conflict zones. That's what it tells me. They've updated a number of decals and logos used on stations to defer shaders to improve performance. Cool. You already need a bit of deferred performance. And fixed unnecessary delay swapping to a newly purchased ship. With gameplay and missions, right, here are the fixes they've put in place. Commander fleet carriers will no longer turn hostile towards them as a result of certain missions. It's your fleet carrier. Stopped previous hostility to player occasionally persisting after they respawn at a detention center. Okay. Multi-crew SRV pilots will no longer find themselves in a situation where they loot cargo, then result in that cargo being deleted. Classic. Absolute classic. Damaged megaships with functional escape hatches will now deploy escape pods automatically when rescue ships are nearby. What a good quality of life improvement that is. Well done, Frontier. They've fixed Odyssey Engineer invitation inbox messages not using the player's selected language, always a bonus. Some work on stability, disconnection issues, they've been addressed. On the artwork, quite a bit of work done on terrain, the Asp Explorer ship kit, all that sort of stuff. Tweak some settings on the Diamondback Scout landing gear. Do any of us use the Diamondback Scout? Yeah, I don't. Strange, isn't it? They've gone through a lot of stuff. But like on the UI, Cargo Canister info panel no longer repeats information. Missions will now be clearly marked in the galaxy map as failed where appropriate. Video FX, improved hangar lighting, good stuff, and improved the visual quality. Thargoid arrival. Done some work on the tutorial and some localization. Known issues. Okay, so Spanish translation of Thargoid controlled mistranslated to Thargoids under control. Okay. Some missions may offer fewer credits than must be spent to buy the requested commodities. In short, lots of stuff fixed, and I'll put the link to where you can find these patch notes in the description as always. However, like I said at the beginning of all this, I do like the fact that they've been nice and vague in regards to the gameplay that's been put in. Let everyone go out there and experience them for themselves. I think that's absolutely cosmic. I really do. Can't wait to get in there. I hope it's a good patch for Frontier. Update 14 has been coming a long time. It's the last update of the year, so they say. But have they left themselves enough time, hopefully, that if there are problems, there can be a 14.1, perhaps even a 14.2, so people can enjoy the game over the holiday season. I've been Ricardo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in game.